On the cloud, we are recording. All right, now let's get started. Welcome everybody to our Freedom Call. We are fresh back from Las Vegas, and what an incredible weekend it was. Just spending time with everybody, being able to connect, be able to develop relationships, new relationships and friendships were formed. Tons of just fun memories were created, and a lot of really cool announcements came away from the event. We'll be talking about that throughout the event. But what I would love to do to kick this call off is I would like to, and I haven't really prepared anyone, so before I call on you.
We did warn you guys, though,
Yeah.
on the way home yesterday.
We did warn you in the video. We're going to call on some different people to just share their experience. But what I would like is if you could keep it to about 2 minutes, just so that we can be respectful of the call. We've got a lot of information tonight. But I'd like to go around and just hear different perspectives. And I think the first person that I would love to call on is my good friend Darian, who I got to spend some time with. So Darian, I'm going to unmute you. And it's my understanding that this was your very first event. Is that correct?
It's my very first, Kuvera event. I've been in other companies before, other network marketing companies, so I've been to quite a few events and kind of know the deal with that. But it was my very first time in Vegas, which was a big deal for me.
All right, so what I would love to know is your biggest takeaway, and I'd love to know just some fun. Tell me your overall experience. Describe it to me.
Before I get to the takeaway from Kuvera itself, from the company, the thing that I found the most fun was seeing everybody that I'm used to seeing in a tiny little box on my screen in real life, and not in the suit and tie fashion, but in the very informal fashion, the just fun, happy, family kind of fashion. That was definitely my favorite part of the trip. In terms of Kuvera, honestly, the best part that I liked was how open and transparent and honest and upfront everybody was, from the CEO and founders, all the co-founders and the president himself as well. Everybody was just very direct, very straight up. They told us what was going well. They told us what they were working on. They told us what they knew they needed to fix. And it was very refreshing to get a presentation and an event that wasn't all rah hype, but it was about like actually connecting to people on a very honest, very open level, and kind of have a heart to heart with the founders is what it felt like to me.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. It was really great to meet you, Darian. Thanks so much for sharing. I'd like to go to Michael Abell, one of our newer team members that just joined us. He joined the business, and literally within a week, bought his tickets. He was in Las Vegas. So congratulations, Michael, on making that commitment. But tell me, what was your takeaway, and what was your overall experience like?
So me too. First time in Vegas. So not my first event. I've been to one other event in another company. What impressed me about this event, I agree. It's the family feel. Not only the team. It's great being with the team, but the company itself feels like a family. It feels like I can grow with this company. And that's something that you don't see very often. And I'm really glad I came here, because I wouldn't have had that feeling, that hey, I'm really like attached to this company, like the CEO came and shake my hand, and like he knows my name, he knows my face, and he cares about me. He cares about my success, and that really means something. And when you can really relate to the founders of the company and just latch onto their vision, and the running with that company becomes so much more powerful. So like that's really good. So, and as well, like meeting the team, like that was amazing. Like same thing, like everybody's this little picture, and a little text on the screen, and that can only go so far. Just getting to meet everybody and like seeing people face to face, shaking hands, all that kind of stuff, making memories, it was incredible, really great. And Vegas is great. It's awesome. And it was an amazing experience. I really enjoyed it.
Thank you for sharing. Appreciate it. I just saw Darcy and Al pop on. Darcy, so it was so good to meet you guys. And this was your first Kuvera event as well. Tell me a little bit about your experience again, and what was takeaway?
Hi, everybody. So for us, we were just, first of all, thrilled to meet everybody. We had such a good feeling about not only our team, we already expected that, but such a good feeling about the founders, the CEO, the president. We really felt like they were there to help and support everybody. And what was truly important to us is they weren't so much focused on selling. They know they have a valuable product. So it was more about sharing, like where they came from, where they are presently, where they're going, and just the transparency was huge for us, that we felt like they truly care about all of us in that room, and that they're excited just like we are for this to grow into something huge. And that was just really important for us.
Love it. Thank you, guys. It was so great to meet you. Joe and Cheryl, I would love to hear your biggest takeaway and just some standout moments for you this weekend.
Thanks, Travis. First off, we have to say thank you to all the work that you and Summer have done to prepare that weekend for us as a team. Tiffany, I know you jumped in, and your friend Timmy, I mean, just really worked hard to make not only a Kuvera experience, but a team experience for the Crypto Club. So I want to do some shout outs. Cheryl and I have organized enough things internationally and events to know that it doesn't happen seamlessly.
Awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, so thank you about that. And we had a lot of time in our travels yesterday to kind of deconstruct what we took away. And what was interesting is hearing right from the founders and from the staff that actually the goal of the company is to help people learn how to manage their money, you know, then how to keep that money, then how to put that money to work for them. And so they really were a customer-centered business, you know, and beyond everything we've learned about business building and mining, and these are all just tools. To us, it felt like they really cared, and the reason that they exist is to help people live wealthier lives. Wealth not meaning anything to do with really money, except that once you have money and you have the understanding of how to manage it, then you can go ahead and put it to work for you, and then you can help other people because you have those kinds of financial freedoms. So beyond the MLM, beyond the building a business, beyond the meeting everybody, which, oh my God, we loved, we felt like we had we heard the heart of the folks who started this business well before it became Kuvera. And their friendships, their loyalty to each other, their integrity, and the fact that they are willing, I mean, Annette, I personally fell in love with Annette, the fact that she said, we will go buy it, we will go find it, we will go bring it in-house, everything we need, and we will be able to help people, you know? And it's not going to happen overnight. They have a trajectory of a business plan that I now have confidence in. I mean, we're business builders. There's a lot of us on the team that run their own businesses or have been a part of the trajectory of those things, and we just recognize these guys are they're very intelligent. They have a plan, and they're executing, and they're working their butts off. And so it really was more of a behind the scenes thing that Cheryl and I took away, because we were taught in a previous business that if you don't know who you're in business with, you know, that's the first step, right? Who are you actually in business with? And if you trust them, then you can put your family's future in their hands, you know. And we came away, flags planted, boats burned. Let's get off this call and get to work.
Love it. Well, it's so good. It was great spending time with you guys as well. Brandon and Tiffany, tell us your biggest takeaway and share some of the fun experiences or standout moments for you this weekend.
Darian, you took all of it right out of my mouth. It was the fact that it wasn't all this hype and manipulation. It was real, raw advice, like straight from their hearts. But since you guys all touched on that, I think the coolest part about it was like everybody in the audience there were 16 different countries that were present, and there was no like borders everybody was a different age. They were a different race. They had different backgrounds. I've never seen such a diverse crowd. You went from a 18-year-old, there's even children there, all the way to people with their walkers. And it was cool because everyone was one team and they supported and celebrated one another. And I really like that, because I don't like when like walls and borders are put up and there's competitiveness. So there was just a ton of value overall in the whole weekend, from the stuff that they've already said from the field standpoint, and just having fun and bonding and getting to know everybody. It was a true blast. I liked it. So.
Awesome. All right, so we're going to share a little slideshow. I invite any of the leaders to chime in as I'm going through these slides. If you have little comments that you'd like to make on them, know that we put these together here in the last hour or two. We've been scrambling trying to get this together, but I'm going to share a little slideshow, and then what I'm going to do is share my number one takeaway from this event, and then we've got some very exciting news for all of you. Once again, if you don't have team members that are on this call, text them and tell them, get on the Freedom Call right now, because we've got some very important news that we're going to be going over here in just a couple of minutes. But let's share some fun little pictures from this weekend, just to give everybody that didn't get a chance to make it to the event. I want to give you a feel for what this event really felt like and what we experienced. The first thing that we experienced on Friday morning was the Kuvera Cares program. And I have to tell you that I was so impressed. They, number one, the organization. Number two, just the commitment to making this a part of our culture, part of our team, part of our community. And what they did is they had these different stations and plastic bags, and we would go through and you'd get shampoo and you'd get soap and you'd get toothbrushes and all these different things. And the people that came from the program that we were working with, it was an organization.
It was shavers, that's what it was, razors.
It was an organization that was in Las Vegas, and these guys basically said that, a lot of times the people that are coming into their shelters are people that are fleeing really bad situations. A lot of times wives with their children that are fleeing abusive homes, and a shower to them at that moment is everything. And so basically we put these kits together, and it was just a really, really cool deal. And we're going to continue to get involved with more and more organizations. But this really, for me, it was impressive for me to see Chad Garner, our president, just how focused he was in making this a priority. So it was really, really cool. And I want to see if I can share a quick video with you guys.
Caring is fundamental to the way Kuvera does business. We don't just say it, we do it. We strive to make a measurable impact around the world. Introducing Kuvera Cares. Kuvera Cares provides opportunity, stability, and value to those seeking to overcome life's unforeseen difficulties. Our goal is to provide goods, services, and opportunities essential to helping those in need secure lasting and balanced success for today and the future. Go to kuveraglobal.com/cares to learn more.
So check out kuveraglobal.com/cares, whatever that link was. And somebody type that into the chat for everybody, and you can go take a look a little bit more about this. Summer, did you have something you wanted to add?
I just wanted to say what I love about it is so many times we've been in companies in the past where they focus outside of the United States. And I feel like the first thing that we can do when we have control of is helping those in our community. And I think that when you build a stronger community surrounding you, you build a stronger unit and for everybody around. I mean, that's what we are. We're a part of our communities in our own little areas. And this particular charity was a charity from Las Vegas. So I just thought that was really cool that they're looking for opportunities to help, even though, yes, it is good to help far away and globally, but it's nice to be able to help those in our own communities, because that's where we live, that's where we thrive. And I just think that was really great that they did that.
Yeah, we
locally.
did. And one thing, Chad did send a text message out, Chad, the president. And one of the things we spoke again this morning as well, and he says, Travis, one of the things that I was so impressed with is that, your whole team, I mean, you guys were all there. You were all intimately involved, and everybody was helping. And that was a standout for him that he recognized. He actually said that your team and the way that our team operates, down to the way that our culture and everything is exactly what they want to attract here at this organization, at this company. So it was a very strong compliment to each and every one of you guys. Following that, in the evening, we had our recognition. And the recognition, this was my favorite part of the event, just being able to watch people walk across that stage and get recognized for their achievements. And I'll tell you that the standout for me, and if any of the other leaders want to chime in here, the standout for me when it came to the recognition that night was, I mean, we're watching the largest organizations and the largest growth right now is in Latin America. It's a large majority of this company. And we're watching 22, 23, 24-year-olds go across that stage, and they're killing it. They're crushing it. And they don't have nearly the same opportunity we do here in the United States. I mean, many of these people live in markets and countries that, you know, they don't have the same opportunities that we do. And I really think that that's why they're excelling so much. And for me, I remember saying to a number of you guys, no excuses. Like, if these guys can do it, then we can do it too. And so for me, this was a huge belief builder that people are winning here and having success, and they're doing it at a young age. Anybody else have any thoughts on?
Oh, sorry. And they're doing it without the same, I don't feel like they're exactly level playing fields. You know, we live in the United States, we're so blessed. In Canada, we live in North America in this very wealthy communities compared to places like in Brazil, in Mexico. I don't know if any of you have ever traveled to any of those third world countries, but it's not a level playing field. And it showed me that there really is no limitation, and the limitation exists here in our minds, because that's the only difference I felt like. And I feel like they exemplified that, seeing those young kids go across, being able to still achieve their goals and dreams and financial freedom with less than what we have started here. So really the only difference is they have no boundaries in their mind. And I love that.
Did somebody have something? I heard it on mute. Does somebody want to add something there? No? The top earner, just so you guys know, was completely broke when he came to this company. And now he's the #1 earner. I think he's like an icon legend, or I don't even know what the rank is, making about $100,000 a month. And he's a young guy. And, you know, our second top earner is a 23-year-old. So people are really, really winning here, you guys. And it was, to me, just a big testimony builder. And I will tell you, and Tiffany and Brandon saw this, they saw it as well. It was also the competitive side of me came out a little bit, because I started to see all these people walking across that stage. And you know what? I was very proud, first of all, of Crypto Club, because guys, we represented 10% of the audience. Do you guys know that? We've only been here 6 months. We represented 10% of everyone in that audience, which is awesome. So congratulations to you guys. And a large majority of our people walked across that stage. So for me, that was very satisfying. But I will say this, I want to own that stage next year. And I don't mean me, I mean Crypto Club. I want everyone, you know, those Latinos were just shouting from the stage. They brought so much passion, and I'm telling you, we're coming for them. And I even said that to those guys. So anyways, it was just a lot of fun to see the recognition, seeing everybody walk across that stage and really be celebrated for their achievements. They surprised us after that, and there was a performance by a guy by the name of JTM. And it's funny because my kids like totally love this guy, and he comes out and he starts performing, and I immediately FaceTime Savannah, and I'm like, hey, listen, you're not going to believe who this is. And it was very intimate. So I walked right up on stage, put the phone right up next to him, and she's like, oh my gosh, you know, she was all fired up and excited about it. And it was really cool. It was really fun. We got to dance, and he was actually really, really good. And I don't even like rap. So I really enjoyed it. It was a great experience. And, you know, JTM he was going to come to our kids' school not too long ago.
Yes, he was. And he ended up having to cancel. So they were really crazy excited that we got to see him.
So we also had breakout sessions, and I forgot this was actually before the recognition dinner, but the breakouts, we had a number of different breakout sessions that you could go to and learn about trading. You could go into Crypto Corey is his name. I was so impressed with Corey Chadwick. This is a 27-year-old. He's got a finance degree from Oklahoma State. He's actually doing all of our trade alerts. And if anybody, guys, our trade alerts are performing at a ridiculous level right now. I don't have the exact statistics or percentages, maybe somebody does, but this guy knows his stuff, and we are really, really winning. And that was my favorite breakout session, just having an opportunity to be able to listen to him go through and give us these different tips about his trade alerts was awesome. But all of the information was great. So breakout sessions were fantastic. And then, of course, we got into the general session. And the general session was great. Again, about 600 people there, 16 countries represented, which was really impressive. And again, the large majority of the growth right now is still out of the country, which means that the United States is wide open, which was another takeaway that I had. You know, France right now is on fire. Mexico's on fire. Germany's on fire. There's a good group there from Brazil. Starting Japan, looks like Japan's just starting to get going. We had some Japanese people in the room as well. But they started with who we are, and they talked about Kuvera as a publisher of financial education and research. And what we do is we help develop healthy financial habits. We call it financial fitness. The idea is to teach people how to save their money first, and then ultimately how to grow their portfolios with the different tools that we provide. Our mission is to offer access to financial education, research, and technology that enables people to enjoy life and plan for the future. And ultimately, how we are going to do that is to build a culture of selflessness, financial discipline, and simplify and optimize our current products and proactively prepare for regulatory changes, which, by the way, was super impressed with the things that they are doing to prepare for the regulatory changes is crazy. We'll talk about that in just a second. We introduced some cool new technology. Kronos Pro is it's an algorithmic trading platform that provides with insights from experienced market experts. Basically, the algorithm is making all of the entry and exit decisions for you while the market experts evaluate the external elements influencing the market. So we're going to be learning more about Kronos Pro. They've had it out, testing it for a bunch of people. It's performing very, very well. So that's going to be a new product that we're going to be rolling out here very soon. One thing that I'm very impressed with is the way that we are, you know, as Joe Bell said earlier, if we need it, we will go find it, we will acquire it, we will do whatever we need to do to make sure that we have the infrastructure that we need. And so, of course, InvestView is our publicly traded arm of the company. They're the parent company, and InvestView owns Kuvera. We recently acquired a company called United Games, which many of you guys know and have heard of. I didn't realize they were so big. I keep getting people saying, oh yeah, I was with United Games. I was with United Games. But this was a strategic acquisition because what it did is it brought over all these internal coders that used to work for them, and then the owner of the company. And I have to tell you, what was her name? Can somebody tell me her name? Just unmute, tell me her name real quick, the lady that spoke.
Her name was Madeline O. Lewis.
Awesome.
My goodness. Like this.
Yes.
Wow. Joe, what do you think about Madeline?
I would follow that woman through fire. You know, after listening to her for 1 hour, I think she's going to bring to Kuvera a missing piece that she says, I've done this, I've been in the field, we need to simplify. It's way too hard to put our customers on our products right now. We're going to fix this. And she actually had her arm in a sling. Instead of she took it out, she would hurt herself. And I believed her.
I'm telling you, he's all about just understanding the behavior and why people do what they do. And ultimately, what's our retention rates and how quick are people falling off and why are they falling off? And, you know, why is the process so complicated to enroll? All these different things.
Yes.
And I'm telling you, she is exactly what is needed. And behind the scenes, the conversations that we've been having with Ryan, like she was a breath of fresh air because it's exactly, I mean, I couldn't tell you that how the value that this woman brings to the table and her team of coders. It just allows us to be able to prioritize and really get a lot of things done. So we're strategically acquiring these companies, United League, and then, of course, the new company that they just launched, which was Safe Management. And this is, when we talk about preparation for regulatory changes, you guys, we want to be ahead of the curve. Right now, this is an industry that is highly regulated. It's evolving, it's changing. And so what we have done, or what these guys have done, is they acquired a company called Safe Management LLC, and we are now registered investment advisors and registered commodity trading advisors. We have both of those licensed in-house under our umbrella, and Ned has been working very, very closely with the regulatory bodies that are out there to ensure this isn't necessarily needed right now legally, but they went ahead and did this just so if down the road they say, well, you have to be a registered broker or you have to be a registered advisor, investment advisor to be able to offer these products. Kuvera now has that in-house. They've actually been working on this in preparation for any regulatory changes. And I have to say that I was so impressed too, Joe, with Annette, Annette and her, she's sharp. I mean, just her foresight. She's so sharp. So I don't know if anybody wanted to add anything else to that at all, but this really blew me away. This whole safe management company and the acquisition here. And then of course we had our general session. Let me go back to that. I must have missed a picture here, but so the general session was really, really cool because, I love that Crypto Club came professional. We represented extremely well. One thing that Chad Garner actually said from the stage is we're evolving as a company and we're changing the culture. And all of the owners were in suits. It was so funny because Ryan, the owner of the company, said, look, I'd rather be in my jeans and a T-shirt and my Crocs, but here I am in a suit just because we want to represent a more professional or portray a more professional image because we want to represent who we want to attract. And so they're really focusing, they're putting a conscious effort into changing the overall culture of the company. And again, I wish I could pull up his text. Will you pull up Chad's text to me? He said that we represented that or embodied everything that they were looking for. So you guys looked fantastic. I love this picture, all these smiling faces right here. And then, of course, South Texas. I got to give you guys a round of applause. 17 of you or so came to the group. Oh, I talked to him this morning. Okay. So read what Chad texted.
This one right here?
Yeah, let's see here. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Right. Travis, I just wanted to thank you and Summer for attending the event, but more importantly for the energy you guys brought and for the type of people you are. It was awesome to be on stage and look down and see you and her because you guys epitomize exactly what I want our culture to be. You guys are, and your team, sorry, I missed that. You and your team are exactly who we want to attract.
So anyways, that was from the president, so I was super excited about that. South Texas, you guys are awesome. Just a big round of applause. It was so great to see you guys. They're on fire down there. They've got a big event that's coming up. I'm going to be going and traveling down there. Looks like Chad Garner may be traveling in there as well. Sean O'Neill. Jaime is leading the charge down there with Robert and a number of guys. You guys are doing an amazing job. We had a team photo after the event was over, and it was terrible. I don't know. We just did not get a good team photo. It cut off half of the people. If any of you that are watching ended up with a good team photo, please post it in the Telegram chat. We would love to have it. And but we tried to get a team photo. Everybody kind of scattered, or some people scattered and weren't in here. But again, we had about 10% represented.
In future, can we do panoramic photos?
Yes, no kidding, right?
For sure.
Following that, we went to Escapology. This was just one of the last minute, trying to find a way to create some good memories over the weekend when things changed. And we found this place, and Summer found this place, and it has 8 different panic rooms. Really, really cool vibe, as you can see when you first walk in, and then you get to choose from these different rooms. They had we were on the Orient, Murder on the Orient Express, and I think there was a Cuba.
There was a ship one,
Cuba Missile Crisis, these different deals. Yeah. And we broke up into teams, and that was the meeting after the meeting right there. This was the whole crew, and we were all done, and we had all of our certificates. So let's go through and see who were the winners and who were the losers. So this was the first team.
There are no losers if you try.
Not losers, but they were learning experiences. So Jo Bell, what was the name of your team, first of all?
The name of our team was Oh So Close.
Okay, so let's see. Does anybody think that, based on her name, anybody think that Jo Bell and the rest of the team, Darian and these guys, did they win? Did they get out of the room? Let's see. No, they got trapped into the room. Sorry, they didn't make it. All right, so let's go on to the next one. So what was the name of your team, Tiffany?
Crypto Lady Boss.
Sure. Yeah. It was a different name, but I can't remember it.
What was it? What did you end up naming it?
I don't remember it because it was Lauren named it, and she yelled it out there so fast I didn't catch it. So no.
All right. So what room were you in? First of all, tell us a little bit about you.
I will argue that we were in a very hard room. Very hard room.
You're not supposed to tell everybody if you did or didn't make it yet.
But I did make it. I'm that smart. No, I'm just kidding. It was the ship one, and it was a lot of logic. And I sat back and watched Lanice and Lori take over.
All right, so let's find out. Did they make it out of the room? No, they got trapped too. All right, sorry about that. All right, so then we had, what was our name? We were the Crypto Clouseaus, And we were on the Murder of the Orient. There was a murder, and we had to go through and all these different clues. Some of them were crazy clues, and then we got into this next room, and we were looking through suitcases and lining up wine bottles and turning them backwards and looking on the inside of the wine bottles and getting the next clue. And we also got trapped as well. So we didn't make it out. But Brandon, we were close, weren't we?
We were close.
We were right there.
We were so close.
Like we were right on the way out. And then, of course, we have Al. Al, are you on? So what was the name of your group? Darcy and Al?
I'm on.
All right. What was the name of your group?
Ours was, we named ourselves the Crypto Club.
Crypto Club. All right. So, find out if the crypto. First of all, tell us about your room. What was your room?
Okay. Ours was the code room, and so it was this, it was a computer hacker who hacked like 100,000 bank accounts. And so the FBI was coming to his apartment, which we were in, with the computer that he hacked them all on. And so we had to get out so we weren't blamed for the crime.
Yeah.
And
we were gonna blame for pretty much. We were gonna get arrested for they stole like $12 billion from the bank. So we were responsible to release that hack, and so we don't go to jail for life.
Yes.
Let's see if they made it. Let's see. They are the winners. They are the only ones that got out of their room. Congratulations, guys. Great job.
Thanks.
All right.
We had 1 minute and 1 minute and 28
like 2 minutes
seconds
left.
Minutes
It was
left.
awesome.
Thank you, guys.
You bet. All right. So then on Saturday night, we had a little mix and mingle at Carlos and Charlie's, and this was a lot of fun. You know, this picture has some fun sentimental memory. I wish Sean O'Neill was on because he paid a lot of money for this picture right here that he decided he didn't want to carry around the Omnia. So, Sean, are you on by chance? Did Sean end up making it on? He might still be traveling. I don't know. Does anybody know Sean made it out of Vegas?
He's not been seen again.
He's not been seen since Vegas. But man, he was having a good time on Saturday night. I got to tell a funny story about Sean. He won't mind. So it was his turn, and he went to buy some drinks at Omnia, and he ordered 4 plastic just cups, right, Jovel? It's just these
just 4 drinks.
4 drinks, and it looked
$40 a piece.
They said that'll be $171, sir. And he goes, "What was that again? How much was that going to be?" It was so funny. I'm sorry, but you should have heard him. I wish he was here to tell the story.
He said he had to sell his shoes. He almost gave the guy his really nice shoes because he didn't have that much money.
Oh my gosh, it was so funny. So they also had pretty good food at Carlos and Charlie's, as you can see. So they had some nachos. I really didn't eat them that way, but we really were trying to get a little more cheese. They didn't give us enough cheese on the nachos. I don't think I finished this slide. Oh, and then we had a dance-off competition here. So let's show you kind of how this worked out. So this was kind of a funny moment from the weekend right here. And then we went to Omnia, and thanks to Tim who worked all of this out for us and got us kind of a whole VIP experience. We didn't have to wait in line. This is the #1 club. And by the way, if you can mute your lines if you're not talking right now, just get a little bit of background noise, that'd be awesome. So Omni is the #1 club in the USA. I don't know, it's supposed to hold like 7,000 people or something. And I can't even just explain to you guys how amazing this club is. Like, it is. Let me see if I can click.
It exceeded my expectations. We walked in, we saw the chandelier, and everybody's like, "Oh, this chandelier is like $10 million." And I was like, "Oh, yeah, it's okay. I mean, it's cool. It's big." And I felt like for a long time we were all just staring at this chandelier, waiting for it to happen. But then when it started moving,
I've never seen anything like it. Like it was unbelievable, and it was just it was fun to be there with the team. Just to be able to everybody was dancing, everybody was smiling, everybody was having a good time.
It was fun.
They had these little performers right here. You kind of see just some cool stuff that's going on before the chandelier started moving. So it was just a really, really cool moment. Here's all the guys. This is the best looking guys in the club right here. We had a great time just dancing and I don't know, just having a blast, and lots of fun memories were made there. So thank you guys that made a commitment to be out there. So anyways, that is all I've got for you guys from the slideshow. So it was a great weekend. It was just a, yeah, Travis loves Sean. So it was really a good weekend. Here's my takeaway. So here's what my takeaway is. And then we're gonna jump into a big fun announcement. So biggest takeaway was this. This is so much bigger than cryptocurrency. Like, we've been selling cryptocurrency for the last 6 months. That's been our number one product. That's really been our presentation. It's been, that's why we came in initially, was because crypto and crypto mining is hot. But we are so much more than a cryptocurrency company. Crypto really is one piece of the pie. And I think that we've been promoting one piece of the pie. And now that I got a feel for who this company really is, and by the way, we're evolving. I mean, this company clearly is evolving and just they're figuring out who they are and where they're going. And so once I had a chance to see the owner's vision and then hear Chad's vision, and for me, that was super exciting, because the real opportunity here is Kuvera. It's not crypto. It's not just, hey, let's go sell mining contracts. It's, let's go teach people healthy financial habits. Let's start helping them save money. Let's start providing them with education, freeing up cash flow, and utilizing all these different resources that we have. But more importantly, for each and every one of you, let's go start making money with the opportunity. We need to be talking about the opportunity to be able to be part of Kuvera. I mean, for $269, you're a distributor and you have an opportunity to be able to go out and start making money. And we have the ability to really go help a lot of people. And once again, I hate to keep going back to third world countries, but that's what they're doing, is they're building, they're not selling 5, 10, I mean, I'm not saying they're not selling mining contracts, but that isn't their focus. Their focus has been, how can we help as many people get to $500 a month? And it's all about just simple duplication. Get in, get 269. Let's go get you 12 people in your team so that you're making $500, and then let's go help the next person do the same thing. And so you're going to see our presentation change. I'm going to be working on that this week, where we are going to bring Kuvera to the focus as the opportunity. Crypto will still be a part of it, but it's just much, much bigger than that. And ultimately, that was the biggest takeaway for me. And I'm excited about that, because it just means that there's a lot more substance here. And we aren't just relying on one product that is highly regulated that could change. It's so much bigger than that. And that's something that I'm super excited about. Some of the whispers of things that are coming, Bitcoin mining, we're about 98% there. I know the intimate details of this, and I can tell you guys that if this does come to fruition, which it looks like it will, there's nothing that will even come close to competing with this product. Like, nothing out there in the world that can even come close to what this product will do. Credit repair, I mean, why not? We're helping company from their financial standpoint to get in a better position. So credit repair is another resource that we're going to be potentially providing as well. What are some of the others coming? What else am I missing, you guys?
Credit repair.
I think that's about it. There's a couple of others. I don't remember what they were.
Travis?
Yes.
Couple things that I really heard from a product standpoint was the money with the gentleman who teaches the money pieces. They knew those videos were bad, though they were poor. They were better in Spanish than the ones in English. So they've reshot all those. Again, the basic managing your money stuff. And then secondarily, they got on Crypto Corey and said, you know what? It is still too confusing for the average bear to take the trades or even go up on the automated system. So they remember how chatty was just, what are we doing, Corey? And Corey's like, videos. When are we doing it, Corey? Next week. What are we doing, Corey? He's going to put some instructional videos to help all of us help our customer get onto the products much more efficiently and much more quickly without what they say, 17 clicks, go to your bank, do a somersault, twist around 3 times, then hit the button on the right-hand side. They're like, no, we're going to really walk you guys through so your customers can come in, get on the products, and then, have the benefit of the product. So those are the things that were also mentioned as happening I think probably in this next quarter.
Yeah.
I think that's really huge too, because it's all going to save us a lot more time and energy.